Is your neck aching right now? Yeah, I thought so. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking the absolute latest biomechanical research and turning it into your 24-hour toolkit for fixing that rounded shoulder slouch. We're going to dive into what's physically happening inside your body and give you the exact science-backed routine to reverse it, both while you're awake and while you're asleep. Let's get right into it.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the posture epidemic, break down the actual anatomy of a slouch, uncover some hidden symptoms you might not expect, look at daytime fixes, explore the crucial sleep-posture connection, and finally, lay out a realistic recovery timeline.
Kicking things off with Part 1, the posture epidemic and our modern slouch.
Be honest for a second. Notice your body right this instant. Are your shoulders rolled forward? Is your head jetting out towards the screen? Are you literally shaped like a cashew right now? Look, it's not entirely your fault. We live in a world practically designed to wreck our alignment. Think about it. Between hovering over laptops, looking down at our smartphones, and sitting in modern car seats that physically round our shoulders inward, we are forced into this slouched holding pattern all day long. It's not just you being lazy. It's a massive environmental hazard that forces your upper back to bend forward and, well, your neck just naturally follows.
So let's move to Part 2, the anatomy of a slouch and what's really happening under the surface.
To actually fix this, we have to understand the mechanical failure happening in your shoulders. Because here's the thing, your rounded shoulders aren't just a bad habit anymore. They are a recognized physical condition called upper cross syndrome. Since we spend literally hours with our heads pushed forward, the muscles in our neck, shoulders, and chest actually deform over time. They create this literal X shape of imbalance across your upper body. Some muscles get incredibly tight and strained, while their counter muscles become completely weak and underused.
It's basically a relentless tug of war happening inside your body right now. On the winning side, you've got your overactive, tight muscles, your pectorals in your chest and the upper muscles of your neck. On the losing side, your underactive, weak muscles, like the serratus anterior, the rhomboids, and the lower trapezius in your back. Now remember, your shoulder blade is essentially a semi-floating bone, so those tight chest muscles are aggressively pulling your shoulder blades forward. And since your back muscles are just too weak to anchor them down, your chest wins without a fight. The result? Your shoulders completely cave in.
Which brings us to Part 3, more than just pain, the hidden symptoms.
Now, you might just be feeling a stiff neck, but the collateral damage of a forward head and rounded shoulders spreads way further than you'd think. The absolute crucial point here is that a collapsed upper chest doesn't just hurt your back, it physically traps your lungs. When your shoulders round forward, the muscles in the front of your neck and chest tighten up, and that severely limits how much your chest can actually expand. This means increased breathing resistance and decreased diaphragm function. And because your diaphragm can't do its job, your body panics and forces overworked accessory muscles to take over breathing duties. This leads to short, shallow breaths, chronic fatigue, and even numbness and tingling running down your upper arms. It's a massive whole-body chain reaction.
So how do we fix it? Part 4, daytime fixes and exercises to rewire those muscles. We absolutely have to break this cycle of dysfunction. And honestly, just trying to force yourself to sit up tall is not going to cut it. Look at this insight from the clinical research. You can't just arch your back and call it a day. That only moves your spine. It doesn't fix your shoulders. To truly correct a rounded shoulder posture, you have to retrain your muscular endurance. You need to gently roll your shoulders up, back, and down so those shoulder blades lay flush against your ribcage, instead of just sliding around the sides of it. And to keep them there, we need a multifaceted approach.
Here is your daily science-backed toolkit to rewrite that muscle balance. First, we stretch what's tight, the pecs. Stand in a doorway, put your forearms on the frame at a 90-degree angle, and gently step through until you feel that stretch in your chest. Next, we strengthen what's weak with supine punches. Lie flat on your back, point your arms straight up, and push your hands toward the ceiling without bending your elbows. That wakes up the crucial serratus anterior muscle. Then, wall Y slides for your lower traps. Put your back against a wall, slide your hands up into a Y shape, and lift your pinkies off the wall to actively squeeze those shoulder blades together. Finally, you have to retrain your brain. Set an hourly alarm on your phone. When it buzzes, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Consistency with these exact low-load movements is the secret to building true postural endurance.
But what about when you're sleeping? Let's look at Part 5, the sleep-posture connection and your 8-hour habit.
Listen, you can do all the doorway stretches in the world, but if your sleep position is wrong, you're literally undoing all your hard work every single night. You have to deliberately arrange the scaffolding around your body while you sleep. The goal is to let your spine settle into its natural curve so your muscles can finally relax. Sleeping on your back, That's the absolute best option. Use a contoured pillow for your neck, and, this is key, put a pillow under your knees to take the stress off your lower back. Side sleeping is good too, as long as you use a firm pillow to keep your head level and put a pillow between your knees so your hips don't twist your spine. But stomach sleeping, that is the absolute worst. It arches your lower back and forces your neck to twist completely to the side. If you absolutely must sleep this way, use a very thin pillow under your pelvis and almost no pillow for your head.
Okay, part 6, a realistic recovery timeline, because we need to set some expectations here. Fixing functional muscle imbalances that took years of hunching over screens to develop isn't going to happen overnight, so let's look at the actual timeline. If you stay consistent with your daily exercises and your nightly sleep scaffolding, you're going to start feeling internal relief within the first 2 weeks. Your chest will feel noticeably less tight. By weeks 3 to 6, you'll actually start seeing visible changes in the mirror, and sitting up straight won't feel so exhausting. By months 2 and 3, your muscular endurance really starts kicking in. But keep in mind, it really takes a full 3 to 6 months for this new healthy posture to become your permanent automatic default.
And that right there is the ultimate goal. To conquer upper cross syndrome for good, you have to completely rewrite your mechanical habits. Permanent correction isn't about constantly straining to hold your shoulders back. It happens when good alignment simply becomes your natural default state. And getting there requires daily awareness, targeted strengthening to win that muscular tug-of-war, and giving your spine the proper support every single night.
Now that you understand the exact biomechanics of your slouch, the ball is entirely in your court. Do me a favor and check your posture one more time right now. Go ahead, roll those shoulders up, back, and down. You have the toolkit. But the real question is, when you go to bed tonight, are you going to actively support your spine, or are you going to let that tug-of-war continue for another 8 hours?